moments in this video are all done by one singular man, and he is none other than the most disrespectful man in sports anime. The Snow Bunny mind-controlled demon, Brian Hawk. This is one of the most unhinged anime characters I have ever laid my eyes on. Like, this dude is clinically insane. Now, if you don't know what anime this is Hajime no Ippo, one of the greatest sports animes of all time. And Brian Hawk is the WBC Junior Middleweight Champion with a record of 20.
And guess what? He's American.
T&O. 17 of those wins coming by KO. Now, to understand why this man is so unhinged, we have to know the backstory. So Brian Hawk is from New York, and he had a pretty troubled life. So one fateful night, bro was on the run from a dude that was holding him up at gunpoint. So when he was about to get his brains blown out, something snapped in him. The demons in his head came out, and he beat the shit out of the dude that was holding him up at gunpoint. And it was brutal. He kept on pummeling his unconscious body until he was satisfied. So while he was beating this man in a dark alley, a world-famous boxing trainer named Miguel Zell was watching this, and he was completely shocked. So he walked up to try to stop Brian, but he literally couldn't. Brian was about to kill this man. But while observing this unhinged man, the coach had a revelation because he realized this dude just beat the ever-living crap out of a guy that held him up at gunpoint. This isn't your run-of-the-mill crackhead. This is a potential world champion. So the coach told him, "Come with me. I'll take you to a place where you could beat people legally, and you could have all the money, power, and woman you want." And Brian accepted his deal. And from that fateful night, the rest was history. This man was so naturally gifted at fighting, it was insane, knocking out damn near every opponent he was in the ring with. And he ended up becoming a world champion with little to no training. So now that we have the backstory, let's get into the antics. First up was his first confrontation with Takamura. This man Takamura was having the fight of his life, hanging on to his last breath. And he looks over at ringside, and this motherfucker Brian Hawk is just sitting there watching him get his ass whooped with some bitches. So Takamura got pissed off and wanted to make a statement in front of the champion. So he knocks the dude out that he's fighting through the ring, and he ends up landing right in front of him. So while Takamura is just mogging him while he's just sitting there, Brian Hawk decides to stand up and clap. And it seems like he was entertained and intrigued to fight Takamura. So after the match in the locker room, while Takamura is doing a meeting with the press, Brian Hawk comes to his locker room. So you gotta be thinking, oh, he's just here to congratulate him and show respect for the person that's gonna come up and fight him. But my God, what this man says lights the whole room on fire. So he tells his translator to tell him, Mr. Hawk says he would like to shake the hand of his next opponent and acknowledge his fight. But then he tells the translator something else, and he is completely shook. He is thinking in his head, ain't no way this nigga wants me to say this shit. But Brian insisted. He said, say it, nigga. Mr. Hawk did not come to Japan to see your fight. He came to Japan to indulge in our women. Like, bro, what? This man only came to Japan to get with women. This is a sick nigga. And then he starts laughing at Takamura like, come on, Takamura. Where's my handshake at, nigga? So Takamura was not about to take this disrespect because he just disrespected him and his whole country. So he goes into swing off, but he stops his punch with one hand. Had the whole room in disbelief. Stopping a grown man's punch with one hand is absurd. And then after this, he says, oh yeah, that's a nice firm handshake. So then he walks away. And when he opened the door, his hoe's already waiting for him. And he just laughing his ass off, heading to his hotel to do some cheek crushing. This man is insane. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So now we move into the second moment of his. And there's no other way to describe it than this. Snow Bunny mind control. So this man flew into Japan from America for fight week. And he brought his entire harem of bunnies. And look how he's posted up with them with the tongue out. Oh my God.
I'm working on a Snow Bunny crisis self-treatment manual for black males.
So now it's time to look at the full effect of the Snow Bunny mind control. So Brian was having a public sparring session where the whole media and public could come watch. So during this session, he was just getting his ass beat. He was giving no effort and not trying at all. And he was just saying shit like, ow, he got me. And then in the middle of the session, he just says, oh my God, coach, he's too strong. So Coach Kamigawa was there to scout him out, and he was just watching this like, are you kidding me? This is fucking useless. Look at him, he's not even trying. So they end up leaving. But while they're leaving, the brigade of Snow Bunnies arrive at the gym. And literally 5 seconds later, you just hear a boom outside. So they're like, what the hell just happened? So they run back in the gym, and all they see is blood on the mat, his glove drenched in blood, and he starts saying, well, goddamn, what took y'all fine asses so long? Had me bored than a motherfucker. And you just see his opponent knocked out while bro's just laughing hysterically. This man did not lock in until his hoes arrived. And he knocked him out as fast as possible so he could get it over with and leave. And then he says, bitch number 2, come on and kiss a nipple. And he just starts smacking up on Shorty. Oh my God! Like I said earlier, this is one of the most unhinged characters I have ever
I swear niggas would do anything for the hus, bro. Like, what the fuck?
seen. But if you didn't think he could get any more disrespectful, we get to the press conference. So the day before the fight, they end up having the press conference. And this press conference went down exactly like what you would think with a person of this caliber. From insulting reporters. Mr. Hawk, the world would like to know, what is your game plan going into this fight?
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you that a bitch ass thing. You better shut the up before I knock your head off your shoulders, old ugly ass bitch.
And literally telling Shorty right here, baby, you can ask me more questions in my room tonight. Room 69, if you know what I mean. Hell no! And then when him and Takamura face off, he decides to give him a little uppercut. So Takamura gets pissed off and is about to swing on Dog, but they end up holding him back. Coach ends up grabbing Dog by the collar and cussing him out, and Brian just looks at him. And you can probably guess what he did next. He slaps the piss out of him. Bro just assaulted an old man, and then he starts cussing everybody out and says the wildest line ever. And I quote, "You wanna beat me, huh? Then bring me all of your women. I'll give you my genes. I'll spread my you-know-what throughout this country. And in 20 years, Japan will be crawling with world champions."
Bro!
I'll say it again. One of the most unhinged characters I have ever laid my eyes on. Now it's time for the final moment. Fight night. The way Brian Hawk fought this man Takamura is going to make your jaw drop. From the moment Brian Hawk made his entrance, the disrespect started. Because when bro got in the ring and took off his entrance armor, he was wearing Takamura's merch under it and stared him straight in the eyes and just ripped his shirt to shreds. He was trying to push every button possible. Crowd booing and everything. They hate this nigga. And before the bells,
he's the definition of rage bait. Like if you open a dictionary, right next to the word rage bait, you gonna see this motherfucking face, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Out the ring, just licking him, just staring him down with his tongue out. Bro, what is he doing? I remember multiple people basically said that this dude is basically Kid Buu if he was a boxer, and they are completely right, because this is dead ass how he would act. So the bell rings, and both of them just start squaring each other up. But Brian ends up dropping his shoulders to taunt him to make him throw the first punch. So Takamura says, and he starts throwing hands, already pushing bro back into a corner, just raining fire on dude. But this, of course, was a trap, because when Brian saw the opportunity...
Yeah, that's funny as fuck, because that's how I used to catch pigeons and chicken back in Africa. I would do that trap, like... Yeah, that's how I used to get my food.
Just raining fire on dude. But this, of course...
Boom! Got you, nigga. It's over. There's no flying out. Like, you know, it's covered, so it's over.
Was a trap, because when Brian saw the opportunity, he grabbed the rope and the life out of him. And this is where he just started showing out. Bro hits the motherfucking Steve Fox duck and counters him again. And he gets gets him in the corner and starts teeing off. Left, right, left, right. Just throwing shit like a wild animal. So when Takamura finally got out the corner, he tries to throw a 1-2, but he ducks it and sends his head to the stratosphere. And this is when Takamura realized this dude has no boxing fundamentals at all. He is just so naturally talented at fighting that he could do whatever the he wanted to and get away with it. Look at him just weaving everything, dodging every punch. Then he got in close on him, tricked him with a feint, and crushed his skull with his left. Takamura was out cold on his feet. So Brian was coming in to finish the job, but Takamura gets saved by the bell. So Brian stops right in front of him. So right when Takamura regains consciousness, he sees this man staring in his face with his tongue out, looking like a wild animal. And just from this interaction, you knew how the rest of this fight was gonna go down. Every round, this nigga was doing some more crazy shit. Bro was leaning back, throwing haymakers. Like, what the hell is happening? Dude really hitting him with the... And dog, this entire fight, every time Takamura got the upper hand, he just get countered every time and knocked down. Then after he would stand back up, he would just get him on the ropes, throw about 50 haymakers in a row. Then hit him with the night, nigga.
Holy shit.
I swear, bro, when I saw him hit Takamura with this haymaker of doom, I thought it was over. Bro was standing over his body and emoting
My
too.
nigga,
but
put
he
your
ended
fucking
up
tongue
standing
away,
up
bro.
after this. But he was not conscious at all. He was literally walking in the ring unconscious. If this is real life, the ref is stopping this shit because this just got ridiculous. Niggas was really witnessing murder on live TV. It was rinse and repeat. Every time he got up, he would get put on the ropes, eat about 60 haymakers, and get his ass dropped by a mean-ass left hook. It was ridiculous. But alas, y'all know how animes be. This man Takamura got revived by the power of plot, had one of the most devious lock-in moments of all time, and started beating every single bit of life bro had left in him. This is one of the craziest comebacks of all time. But what ended this fight was the last exchange. Takamura is going in for a mean left hook, but Brian sees it and leans back all the way in that signature position, and his eyes are bloodshot red, ready to kill. And Brian is thinking in his head,
I knew I wouldn't lose to this plot bullshit. Night, bitch ass nigga!
So Brian hits Takamura, and it looks like the end. But unfortunately for Brian, the last punch he threw had Stormtrooper aim. It grazes Takamura, missing his chin, and bro knew it was over.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He gets his face drilled into the ground, hitting him so hard it replayed 3 different times. And that was all she wrote. Done deal, he was cooked. Now, I'm gonna be completely real with y'all. Brian Hawk Loki got robbed. Like, if we being for real, this fight should have ended like rounds ago. Like, he slipped this nigga Takamura twice. Like, ref, be for real. What the fuck are we doing, my nigga? Like, your license needs to be taken away. But hey, you know what? Shouts out Takamura, because you had to knock that nigga out after all the disrespectful shit he did to you. And after this, Brian Hawk retired. And I'm not joking. The nigga never fought again. Takamura apparently gave this man PTSD. So he quite literally made bro put the fries in the bag. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all she wrote for the most disrespectful